It's probably just a weed, but Oklahoma, northwest Oklahoma, sure is pretty when it rains. There's a little honeybee. Stop, take in the beauty. Just drip by drip, and it adds up. Pretty soon this will be setting with water. We'll check back in on it tomorrow, of course, but pretty soon they'll be wallowing in it. Good afternoon, everybody. Scott with Schmidt Samber Ranch. Headed home from work, had a good day at work. And now headed home to first go to a meeting at church. And then when we get back to the house, probably eat dinner. Then we're gonna have to do chores. I've got to haul water to the trees because it got warm today, mid 80s. And we have warmer weather in the next few days. I think Wednesday is supposed to be mid 90s, and that's too warm for me. I like it cooler than that. But so on that, we've got to check the incubator, and then we're going to go out to pig 1 and pig 2, and I'm going to run the garden hose to fix their water hole up where they've got a little place to root, because if I don't, they're going to be rooting around the water trough or waterer, which they probably already are today. But that's our plan when we get there. Put the garden hose out at pig 1 and pig 2. So we'll see you there. All right, made it home, watered the trees, and I mean, we're getting quite a bit of growth here, new growth, so they're in good shape. I mean, not in good shape, but they're gonna be. I misjudged how long it would take though. On this little one, it's starting to get growth all the way up it. But I said, you know, I thought they'd look a lot different in a week. It's going to be a little bit longer for these, but I mean, we've got growth. They're certainly going to make it if I keep hauling water over here, which we're going to have to do every evening because it's starting to get warm. I think Wednesday it's supposed to be middle 90s, and there's little green sprouts popping out there and there, so they're going to make it. We just got to keep watering them. So that's what we'll do. All right, we're going to check in on the incubator and then go put up the hose, garden hose, and let it drip for pig 1 and pig 2. Yeah, see you there. Incubator, still incubating. So we'll mark another day off. And oh, we gotta add some water in there, but I'm not gonna take that loose the way I did last time. I'm just gonna get this other bucket, and I'll just bucket a little bit more over in there instead of, I made a mess last time. That'll be enough for right now. All right, I'm gonna pour that in there. I might have to set you guys down to do it. All right, we add a little bit back to that. So we're gonna go out here, get on the buggy, go out to pig 1 and pig 2. Put this garden hose up. So I will see you out there. Well, they seem happy to see us running around. So, I'm gonna check the feeder real quick. See if it's, way I can tell if they've been eating out of it. Does it see like it's gone down over there? So that was pretty well even across there. So that's, I know they're getting something to eat. So, because that's way down. So, okay, I'm going to get the garden hose and string it up. So I would imagine they've probably been rooting over here today. Well, they haven't been too bad. They've rooted some there, but eventually they'll dig completely out underneath there if we don't put them a little water hole right over there. So I'm gonna get to work on that and I'll put it up through there, and I'll show you when we're done. So this is just how I do it. But like, that's way too much. I'll cut that back. That's way too much water. But I just run it up through the trees where they can't reach it to chew on it, and over to the faucet. And then I just barely crack that faucet. And it takes me usually just a little bit to get it regulated. But then I just let it. And here comes, here comes pig 1. Feeling pretty good. Pig 1's getting her steps in. So I can kind of see that. And I just want just a little drip, not very much at all. We'll see what we get out of that. And we got some kind of varmint digging under right there. Not sure what that is. It's not the pigs because they can't get over there. There's pig. This is how they use that feeder. You can see pig 2 over there. They just stand up there on the front of that, like that. They can reach up in there and get something to eat. We'll see. All right, pig 2. Pig 1. Yeah, so we got about the right kind of drip there. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Just not very much. And that'll give them enough. That'll fill in here and set a little water hole, and they'll find it here in just a minute. Pig 2 might find it. Well, I keep getting them confused. Pig 1 might find it here in just a second. But when it gets 95 or 90, they'll be wanting to lay underneath that, cool them off. And usually they'll just lay right underneath it. Okay. That's done. So, we'll move on to the next thing. See what I'm finding. There goes the helicopter. The helicopter flies over here about every evening. So, hey, the other day in a video I said nothing better than a new pair of work boots. What I meant was, I got that zoomed in, nothing better than a wore-in, broken pair of work boots. These, they're rubbing right here on my foot. So I've I've got Band-Aids on the back of my feet, and I put them there preemptively because I've had that before. Been down that road, so I know what it does when you do that. So I've put Band-Aids. Now with Band-Aids, they feel pretty good, you know, but I'm hoping I can get by with just wearing the Band-Aids for, I don't know, a week or so and get them broke in. And they're starting to feel better just from today. Today was the first day at work with them, but I wore them a little bit over the weekend. And they're slip-ons, and I think I'm going to like them. I just got to get them broke in. So I haven't given up on them yet. But I'm gonna try them on the way to work tomorrow without the Band-Aids. And if they're bothering me, I'll put the Band-Aids back on. But there's my boot review. I think I'm gonna like them. Just got to get them broke in. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Sun's not quite to set, and I think I'm gonna go. My daughter wants to go on a walk this evening, so I think the rest of the evening I'm gonna be with my family. And I thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day, everybody.